Hey business owners, are you struggling with ATO debt? And is the ATO calling asking when you're going to cough up the cash? Guys, let's talk about ATO payment plans and how to not default on them with the ATO. I'm going to share with you today a client scenario, and this is a new client, a building client that has been behind on a few activity statements. And what we have right now is we have the March BAS, which has just been prepared, but we still have a week away before the June BAS is due, and then very shortly after, the August activity statement. So, on top of all of that, once we lodge everything, the reality is there is not going to be enough cash flow because cash is tight and the money has been spent on the GST, the employee taxes already. So basically, there's no cash for the ATO, and it's not a great scenario. So if we were to get a payment arrangement based on the March BAS we've just done, when we go to lodge the June BAS, the client either has to pay that in full, or if they don't, they will default on the ATO's payment plan. So what do? The best thing to do is, because we're only a week away, let's just hold off. Let's get the June BAS done and also straight away the August activity statement, and let's lump all that debt together. And the strategy is to then get a payment arrangement in early September and start paying from there. But like I said, every future activity statement and BAS has to be paid on time. And it also has to be lodged on time, because if you don't, the plan gets cancelled and the ATO will record it as a default on your payment arrangement. So to stay on top of future cash liabilities, this is what I've suggested our client does. First of all, every week, whatever cash sales there are, 10% of that is going to go into a separate bank account just for ATO payments. The next thing we're going to do as well is every time the payroll is processed, the PAYG withholding is going to go into that new separate bank account. The next thing as well is when the payroll is processed, pay the super there and then, because once it's gone, you can't spend it. And the next thing, which is really important, right? This is where you're going to find the extra cash. Do an expense review. And most people who do this, they find an extra 20% by basically saying, this is what I can cut, this is what I can renegotiate, and maybe this is what I can reduce. Extra 20% cash that can then go towards the ATO debt that you have. So if you have an ATO debt, could this save your business by applying this strategy?